Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome to episode 43 of our Enigmatica 6 Let's Play, where today the sun is setting. But it's a new week, and we have a new pack update. Now, granted, pack updates don't happen every single week, but yeah, new pack update. And you can kind of see on our mini map there is icons for the custom bees. I just noticed that. For some of them, at least. The other ones are still showing up as a white dot. But hey, like we said, this is Enigmatica 6, and it is in alpha beta testing mode. It is not a 1.0 release. We are currently on version 0.4.9 now, I believe it is. So, yeah, things are going to change. It's going to be fluid, dynamic, and we're having fun with it. And that's the important thing. But there are some changes. We got new things that we can play with. Specifically, it looks like the new a mod called the Tank Null, which is kind of like our Dank here, but for liquids, where you can hold. I think you have to. Let's do tank. Yeah. So here is our Tank Null. So there's a dock for it, and it's just like our Dank. So it's a tank. And it can hold 4 buckets of, I believe this one starts out with 6 different fluids, and then so on and so forth to hold more fluids and everything. I don't necessarily know if we're going to need this, other than something like water would be kind of handy, but we do have a fluid tank here with 28 buckets of water that we can access at any time, so I'm not terribly too concerned about getting the tank null, but it's cool, and it's there, and it exists. We also have jetpacks. That is new. Iron jetpacks, I believe, is the mod. Yes, iron jetpacks, which is, well, as it says, jetpacks that are enable you to fly. Yeah. What I don't know is if these enable us to fly faster forward. So, like, imagine you had your jetpack and, it's facing, down to the ground to get you flying into the air, and then it can pivot and then pushes you forward super fast. I don't know if these can do that. We will find out for sure because it is on my to-do list here to make them. And there's a couple other miscellaneous mods, like there is a, let's see, refined large. There's refined storage. Let's look up pattern. There is this new large patterns from refined storage, which allows you to craft in a larger area than a 9x9. I'm not sure what necessarily we'd be using that for, other than some of the like crafting with like create maybe, or well, I guess stuff like I think like if we look up the soul enchanter, like maybe something like this could be automated, because that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. That's 11 items, maybe something like that. Though I don't know how you would specifically designate. Things need to go into these different, slots, or I don't know how this magic workbench works, but I don't know how you designate what goes where, but hey, it can do it, or at least it exists. Yeah, and that's pretty much it, other than a bunch of miscellaneous bug fixes and all that good stuff that comes with, updating packs and updating mods and all that stuff. We are on the latest version of Create, so we do have this awesome feature. If you have not played with Create since, I think it's like the 0.32, I don't know, maybe, I don't even know what version we're on, to be honest with you. Ignore what I just said. New version has this ponder feature. If you see there, it says hold W to ponder, and this is absolutely fantastic. So if we hold W here, look, it's pondering about airflow of encased fans. It basically tells you how the parts of the mod works. It's just a little video that you can replay, and you can identify specific parts in there. So this is the encased fan, this is the cog wheel. So it basically gives you ideas of things you can do with Create. So there's kinetic sources, and we can expand to like a windmill bearing and things like that. And this is absolutely freaking amazing. It just blows my mind how much Create is able to do and how awesome the Create mod is. Fantastic. I gotta say, it is fantastic. Anyway, as you can see though, we do have some Create stuff on our to-do list today, because I want to, and a little bit of Botania, I want to get another farm going. However, this farm is going to be a tree farm. I keep having to go over there and go mine out that forest that we have over yonder and cut down the trees and everything. It's annoying. you know, it's fast. I mean, our axe works great with, especially when we have vein mining, but, you know, why do things manually when you can do things automated and we can set up a tree farm? Using create, we're going to do the exact same thing that we have here, but instead of mechanical, what are these? Mechanical harvesters, we're going to use mechanical saws, and we're going to use create deployers to replant the field with the saplings for us. So we can just have it completely automated, working perfectly, fantastic, yada, 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 all that good stuff. We do have a couple quests, it looks like, that we have to turn in. I don't know if these were left over from previous episodes, which they were. So we got the advanced machine frame from Industrial 4 going, and we did end up getting the mob crusher. Now we also have the mob duplicator and enchantment factory. These machines, when provided with power and essence, will act like several enchanting related machines. Essence can be generated by using the resourceful furnace or the mob crusher. I'm kind of interested in to see what these do, because enchanting, oh look, we got an add-on. Enchanting is something that we kind of struggle with. It's on my to-do list to get into Eidolon so that we can, you know, get enchanting. But what's the enchantment factory? What do you do? Usage. Well, you don't have a usage button, so that isn't working. Efficiency tier 2, speed tier 1. We got a fluid tank with latex. We got some fertilizer, some slime, all kinds of good stuff that we just picked up for free. So let's grab our, not astral tome, but our Kashik tome, and let's see the enchantment factory. When provided with large amounts of essence and an item, it will enchant the item with a level 30 enchant. It's a random enchant, though? I wonder. I'm going to have to look into that. Let's add the enchantment, because we are going to be starting to get essence, and I have it, like I said, in the system there. So we have the enchantment factory, sorter, applicator, and extractor. All those sound interesting and stuff that we could use in the future. Looks like we also have another quest to turn in. Let's find out where this bad boy is. I wish there was like a little icon here that just told you, you know, oh, hey, you have a quest from this such and such mod. Tools? Ah, they added a couple new tools for some, or a new quest for little miscellaneous tools that we have. So time in a bottle we got a quest for. There's also this bottled cloud. And this, it takes place of like an angel block. So you can, you know, fly up to level, or Y level 126 to 132, get a bottled cloud by using an empty bottle in the air, and then it'll let you place that, and then you can build off of it. Pretty nifty. All right, clean up our inventory. I put those in the wrong spot, didn't I? Everything looks good here. This thing, of course, picked those up. Let's do that. And let's get started with our create stuff. Now, I did build this in a creative world just to test out, make sure everything worked correctly, but that was a couple days ago, so it's going to be a little bit of an experiment for us here. So let's see what we got. See what we can do. So we got our encased fan. We're going to need that. We're also going to need a campfire, which I did not put on the list, but that's easy enough to make. We're also going to need a lever to get the whole thing kick-started. So let's grab that. We're going to need a mechanical bearing next. So let's go ahead and craft all that stuff. I'm so glad that past TheAndrata decided to teach the system how to make this stuff, because how do you make this? Induction smelter. No, it should be using that recipe, which means that those should be done already, which means we're stuck somewhere. You know where we're stuck? I logged in, and we should no longer be stuck. That is a very frustrating bug. I don't know why that happens. But apparently, like I said, it's been going on since 1.12, and since that was like that, yeah, it never actually crafted the thing. So let's do this, because that's in my inventory. If I could press the right button. Bam, bam. All right, we got a mechanical bearing. We're going to need a deployer. We're going to need mechanical saws. And we're gonna need 2, 3, 3. And we're gonna need 4, 5 of these. Okay. So there's mechanical saws, linear chassis. We're gonna need quite a few of. So let's andesite alloy. Let's just get like, oh, I guess I don't have that much andesite. Let's just get like 20, or wrong spot. Let's get like 20 of these. Let's just get like 10 of these. Do I have any andesite in this bad boy? I do. Give me some of that, and then put some back so that it's in there. We now have plenty of andesite. All right, stop complaining. Okay, so then linear chassis. We're gonna need a total of, I think, 10. And then we're gonna need 2 chutes. So we have 4 of, and I should be looking to see if we have some of these things, as we probably do, to be honest. It's not the only time we're going to be using create though, so I'm not too concerned about it. Portable storage interface, we're going to need 2 of these. We're also going to need a funnel, which I did not add to the to-do, and I don't necessarily know if it needs to be brass. Do we know how to make electron tubes? Not particularly. What's the difference between a brass and andesite funnel? I think the brass funnel has a filter, which we do want it to have, is a filter. Let's just put this down and see. Do you have a filter slot? As expected, you do not. All right, polished andesite. How do we get that? Funnel. Which is rose quartz. Rose quartz is this. Let's just get, 16 of these. We're going to need some sandpaper. Not sandpaper? What is it? Yeah, it's sandpaper. Oh, there's a space in sand and paper. It looks like these will do 8. So the way that this works, from what I understand, is you put your sandpaper in your offhand slot, and you just right click, and it does the thing with your quartz. This is actually pretty quick. There is ways you can automate this too. If you use like a deployer, you drop the quartz in the world and have the deployer be holding the sandpaper, and it'll smack it, turn it into rose quartz. I do know that. Anyway, funnel. Let's teach the system how to make the electron tubes, because we're gonna need those in the future. Electron tubes. And I keep forgetting to add the funnel to our to-do list, so I keep having to search for it, but craft that and that. Let's go ahead and sleep through this night, and I think for the most part that's everything we're going to need. We are eventually going to need to set up one of these bad boys at refined. We're going to get into some wireless networking here, so I'm going to add these to our to-do list. They don't cost anything more than some ender pearls and some diamonds and some netherite ingots, all of which we have the ability to create now. So, yeah, deployers. We're going to need a couple of these. We're going to need 5 deployers. So let's get those tubes, the electron tubes. Can I make 5? I can. You also need to know how to make a brass hand, which requires brass plates. We could automate the brass plates, but, well, it's not on my to-do list at the moment, so brass. We're gonna need more brass too, ain't we? Brass, how do we make brass? What is our recipe for brass? That is induction smelting, zinc and copper. Nothing else. Energized smelter, brass dust. It's copper dust and zinc dust. This would be faster if I did it this way, but I'd have to make the dusts. Copper, I don't have copper dust or zinc dust on AutoCraft, but we can. The energized smelter just works, and the crusher just works so much faster than the induction smelter. So let's teach that you are that, and copper dust. You are that. You go into the crusher. Basically just knows how to make a bunch of dusts. And then we teach it that brass ingot is in the energized smelter of that. That is correct, but we're a step ahead because we need brass dust is a crafting recipe of that. So you are a crafting recipe there, and then you go into the smelter, and now we should be able to create brass pretty easy. Give me some brass. Give me 64 brass. That way we have it on hand, ready to go as needed, whenever needed. And in theory, should start getting brass soon. Yes. Okay. And then we can take this brass and we can turn it into plates. I have 16 plates. How many do you need each? 3, 4, so 12. So we have enough. Okay. So then I just need 5 of the andesite. Andesite. Bam. 4. Needed more brass. That is a hammer. Apparently I can't count properly. Another hand. That's that. And then we're almost there. 4 and 5. All right. Sweet. So then we just need some baobab logs. I don't think we're going to have enough. So let's switch over to oak. We're going to make this out of oak logs. And we need some dirt, which we have in our dank. And we're going to need grass. Where do we want to set this guy up? So if I remember correctly, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So where do we want this? Do we want this right outside, like in this general area with our other farm? I could clear out this space with our destruction gadget. I think I like that idea. Let's go ahead and clear this out. Let's just make sure I don't have this. Let's do a down of 0. Yeah, down of 0, up of 1, depth 8. If I do that here, then we do it again. Nope. Careful over there. If we do it here, and then here, and then we can clean up the rest manually. And let's get our Horn of the Wild. Put it on our hotbar. Just kind of clear up this area a little bit. Not that I don't like this tall, well, it's grass. Not that I don't like the grass, but something nice about just, you know, having the area flattened. And then let's go bring all this junk with us to our trash can. And ta-da, all clean. All right. So this should be fairly quick to build because I've done this before. So let's set this up. More junk over there. It'll end up getting magneted, so I don't know why I'm avoiding it, but I am. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3. I'm doing that right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Sweet. Then we can get our destruction gadget, or I mean our building gadget. Let's go ahead and use this trash can since I figured out how it works. And it's here. You know what, another thing I want to work on over the next couple episodes is checking out, while I'm thinking about it, let's check out the Infinity Backpack. I think that'll be cool. Oh, by the way, our Infinity Hammer has upgraded to Epic tier. Let's check that out real quick. So we now have the ability to do a 9x9 hammering, and we have the ability to have beheading 2. So this now does damage in a 9x9 area. So when I smack this, enemies 9 blocks, they're gonna all get hit. 9x9 area, freaking fantastic. And it has beheading 2. So if we get wither skeletons, which if you remember correctly, we have a wither skeleton farm, they will, or a spawner, we can well, kill the wither skeletons pretty easy and get their heads. Yeah. Okay, so we're set up here. Bam, 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 bam. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and grab my exchanging gadget to get this to be grass because I'm impatient and don't want to wait. No, sorry, you. And then you go there. And you can go there. And that should spread across there now. Okay, so let's dig down into the center of this bad boy. I believe that's here. Yes. So we're going to go down 3. Does that sound right? Looks right to me. We're going to place our campfire. Not stand in it, of course. We're going to grab our encased fan. And we're going to place this guy. And remember, we need him to face the other direction. If I'm a little slow on my switching on my hotbar, I remember how I've been having mice issues. I bought a new mouse, bought the Razer Naga Trinity, and it doesn't work. My 12-button side panel doesn't work. I have to get a new one. Amazon's sending me another one. This is after I bought the Logitech G600 to try that out, and I did not care for it too much, so I swapped back to the Naga and paid the extra, the premium. Yeah. Anyway, long story short, I have a mouse. It's coming, but this one is acting up. So if you see me like standing here and I should have switched already, it's because I'm used to pressing these buttons and I have to remember that I can't. Okay, linear chassis. We need to set these up. Let's validate. This is working. Correct. Okay. So then we need to get our mechanical saws. Bam, bam. Incorrect. I forgot a very important step. We need super glue. Luckily we have some, but we need to glue all this down. Otherwise, none of it's going to work. Okay, so there's our saws. So they are going to rotate around. It is nighttime, so let's get out our sleeping bag. That way we don't have to deal with any, ghouls or ghosts out here. Okay, so we have that, and then we are going to need to... we need to get our deployers set up. Now, do I want them in the back so that it rotates, chops, places, or in the front? I don't know if it really matters. Let's get them in the back, though. Let's see, what logs do we have available to us? Or, I'm sorry, planks. Let's just get a stack of wood then, wood planks. Dark oak would be nice for this, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like I have any. Now, the deployers do have to be 2 above. Now, the question is, do I actually need linear chassis for these? Since I'm gluing these down, I'm not 100%. In my creative world, I didn't need to. I don't know if create operates differently in creative than it does in a survival world though, so we'll find out. Okay, so the saws are going to go around. We have this guy up here. I also need to not use the super glue. I need to create a overhang so I can place these. It also would be a good time for me to check the quests for create. That is the one quest lane chain I have not started, and I got a free engineer's hammer, and I probably would have got some other free stuff if I would have just, you know, like in case chain drive, chutes, depots, funnels. Could have got a whole bunch of cool create loot, but I didn't get any of it. So yeah. Anyway, we'll worry about that later. We want our deployers, and we want these guys to be set up not that way, not that way, that way. Luckily, we have a fancy pants wrench that I believe we can use to rotationalize or just break. Clean up our inventory again. Get these deployers. Bam and bam. In theory, if I turn this on... Ah, forgot to glue them. That is a unfortunate flaw with my system here. You need to have glue. I mean, it's not a flaw with my system, it's just the way the mod works, but also do not stand in front of your saws. They do hurt you. What I wanted was to put glue... Where is my axe? I wanted glue on these blocks. So what I'm thinking I can do is, instead of having to replace those, let's just break these and then glue the other side of the deployers. I'm not entirely sure if it matters what side the glue is on, but if we do this and then this. Now how are we looking? Yeah, there we go. And look, they're running, operating smoothly. Stop this. And that's the pretty much basic setup. Let me tell you, there's not much more to this than that. We're going to want to get a couple chests and set these up. I don't know if we need, you know, like this. Again, do not forget your glue. Glue. I said don't forget it, and then I forgot what I was doing. And these chests are going to turn into, you know what, can't we do the, you know, whole shift clicky thing? Yeah. When it turns into its rotational block form, these chests would have turned into single chests anyway because they no longer become tile entities. But for aesthetic purposes, while this is sitting here, I'm going to turn them into regular chests now. But we can actually demonstrate this working if I go and grab saplings, which we do have very, very few oak saplings. Have I just been throwing saplings away? Highly possible. I thought I would have had more than that. And acacia, though it looks nice, I don't know if I want to have those necessarily be what's planted. Though they do give us more. Nah, that's not what we're going to do. We ain't doing that. Well, we got two. But we can demonstrate this. So first off, what we need to do is find where the filter is on the deployers, which is in the back here. We're going to set the filter on all of these deployers to only allow saplings. That way they don't pick up anything else other than saplings. And then we're going to go ahead and put this in their hands. Oh, it put both of them in this guy's hand. Nope. Well, that's fine. Okay. And turn it on. And you'll see that it placed the saplings. I'm not entirely sure what it's doing now. It's making sounds as if it's placing the saplings, but there are no saplings being placed, are there? This guy has the sapling in his hand. Oh, it's because this is not grass. Let's fix this. I just realized how big of an issue that's going to be. And let's, nope, sorry. You need to bigify your area there, buddy, but you're not opening your menu. Options, controls. Again, this is a new pack update. So, building gadgets, range, overlay, settings menu is G. What about G? Ah, that's why. The Iron Jetpacks hover mode is also G. What about J, K, L? What about H? H for hover. We'll try that, see how it works. But let's make this range bigified. I guess that's all the dirt I had on me. Oh yeah, I remember my dank is out of dirt. That is all the dirt I have on me. Bam. Now if we turn this on, it should plant. I have that 3 blocks high, don't I? All right, well, I thought it was 2 blocks high. They had to have a 2-block gap. I swear that this is how this is supposed to work. Am I crazy? Do I have this in the wrong mode? No, because that's punching. And that's using. You have a filter of only saplings, so you should be putting that in the ground. You know what? What if I... Shouldn't this show the range? Anyway, we'll be back next episode. Finish this guy off. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. If you like what you watched, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. And we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.